Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. Late vibes, or should I say late no vibes? Big up to everyone who's locked in. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Big up the man them. Big up. Good to see you back, Ziz Poms. Been a while. I know you had studies and whatnot, but big up to you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Glad to be back.
Yeah, big up, big up. Griggs, big up, man. Olympiacos, at least I'll be doing the watch along rooting for you lot, man. You know what I'm saying to you, man.
Yo, bro, you know what they say, man? Always go back to your local. And that's what I did. United don't give me any vibes. So I'm gonna go to my local, the team I grew up supporting when I was young. And let's just do that, man. Maybe they brought me success my whole life. I had to go back to them. United,
Yeah.
they're my ex now. It's this clip, man. It's what a terrible club, man. Every time I wake up in the morning, we're gonna talk about it, but every time I wake up, I go to my group chat and I just see a whole list of news, and none of them make me smile. None of them ever make me smile. It's just all depressing.
Yeah. And Staffy, man, hope you're well, bro. I know you're doing bits as well on YouTube and whatnot. Big up to you, man.
Well, thank you for having me, but I'm tired. I'm tired physically, mentally, emotionally, But we are here.
Yeah, we're here.
Thank you for nothing, Spurs. Wasted my absolute time.
Oh man, guys, can we
Absolute
talk
not.
about the Son? The Son chance. I can't believe I've watched it about 10 times. He could go around him, he could go, he could chip him. Brother kicks the ball straight at him.
Bro, you would think Son one-on-one is cash money.
In it.
You really
Staffy,
would.
what I tell you, I told you Spurs are gonna bottle it. I told you someone's gonna throw the game. I told you one of their players is gonna throw the game, and it was Heung-min Son, the captain, the guy that's been there the longest, is the one that cost Arsenal the league title. Think about that. I told you it was gonna happen.
He's gonna be a hero after this, but listen,
Yeah,
we're
Yo,
finished.
boss calls were made, bro. The Spurs supporters put in the boss call to Heung-min Son during the week. They're like, you better not finish anything. That's what he did.
In basketball, yeah, who would you give your shot to if you had a shot right now? Steph Curry, like who would you if you had one shot, yeah? Who would you give your shot to?
The meme answer is Andre Iguodala, but I don't know if that many people know that. But probably Steph Curry. Probably like Steph Curry, yeah.
Steph Curry. And I'm not trying to compare Steph Curry to Son, yeah. But out of that team, you would give that shot to Son.
If Spurs fans would choose one guy to go one-on-one, it would be Son. They wouldn't.
It would be Son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, bro? And
by the way, who was the keeper? Was Ortega on for that chance?
He's the best choice keeper in
you know what's crazy? Ederson probably doesn't come out and make himself big like that. Pause.
Yeah. But he's the best second choice keeper I've ever seen, like in a long while.
That's
not many second choice keepers are as good as him.
He starts for us. That's a crazy thing.
He starts for most teams, man.
He starts for most
bro.
teams. 100%. But Saeed, we do have one more hope. Saeed, don't worry about it. Listen.
Nah, it's done.
Saeed, listen to me. Saeed.
Hey, listen.
Listen to me.
Nah,
listen to me, Saeed. Listen to me, Saeed.
Stuffy. Nah, man.
Yeah, it's actually the funny guy, man. It's actually the funny guy, man.
What was Sir Alex cooking, bro? Did my screen freeze, bro?
Now your screen's frozen, man. Look at that, David Moyes.
There you go. It froze on a perfect moment. Now you get to watch David Moyes for the next few minutes.
Well, it's not. Well, there you go. You're back now. You're back. David Moyes. Nah, give him respect. I give him respect, man. Big up to him. You know what I mean? But David Moyes ain't doing shit, man. The title's done, man. It's done. It's done. We're going to be talking about Bruno Fernandes, Tosin Adebayo, and Kieran McKenna while Man City do a 4-peat. That's the levels right now. And who's to say that they're not going to win more trophies? Like, I don't see them stopping. I don't see. How can Arsenal have this good of a season? 1, 2, bro, can they get better next season? They have to go all out next summer, Arsenal. They have to go the best. They have to go get Isak. They have to go and get the best players in the league, in the Europe. Go and get them, and you may have a chance. I don't know what Liverpool do, and I don't think United will do anything, especially if they keep this fraud, Ten Hag, in a job, Yeah,
we're definitely not in the convo. Don't talk about us. We're not the ones to stop. Yeah, unfortunately, we have to go another year knowing that we're not really. I'm tired of just being there hoping for people to stop people. I'm tired of it. Every year we do this. Oh, the Liverpool, City, Arsenal. I'm tired.
No. This is it now. This is it. For me, next season, I swear down, I don't think it's going to hurt me as much. Well, it is going to hurt me, but it's like 5p is It's just like it's
I
because
just don't want to 4P because of Fergie. That's it. I've accepted that we're shit, but I didn't want to lose our records as well. But now we're losing our records, bro. It's yeah. Focus on the United. Yeah, bro. We'll just focus
on United, then, man.
Can't really do anything about it.
Listen, big up to everyone. Sorry, say that again.
You know the bad thing too. These like everyone says like City no fans whatever, but like in 20 years when every kid, every like random adult that runs into the game, teenager, they're going to have people. They're gonna amass that little annoying thing that's there right now. It's gonna get big, and they're gonna talk about all these records. They're gonna get away with the FFP stuff. It's gonna be annoying, man.
Bro, when we all have kids, they're gonna look at us and be like, "Why do we support United?" They're gonna be like, "Why the hell we?"
They're gonna think we were crazy. They're gonna be like, "Wait, why did you pick an unwinning?"
I'm gonna show them Ronaldo clips, and they're gonna be like, "What the hell is this? This was like 40 years ago." Pops, what are we doing here? That's what they're gonna tell me about. Oh my god.
Hey, listen, man. I feel for him, man. Like I said, yeah, we've only got one Carabao Cup in the last 6 years, man. You know, we could have another FA Cup, but I don't see it. You know, I don't think we're winning that FA Cup, man. Because you know what it is with Man City? They didn't play well today, but they got over the line. Can United not play well and get over the line? I don't think they can. You know, so I've got no hope in that FA Cup final. I swear down. You know what I mean? I'll be there, but I'll be there and kind of just like, yeah, whatever, innit? Feel me? I just don't give us the opportunity. You know, do you see Guardiola, by the way, the way he fell over today? That was hilarious, man.
I hate the guy so much, man.
Yeah, he's too good, man. If Pep Guardiola's still here, we ain't winning shit, bro. I'll be real with you.
I need his wife to give him an ultimatum or something, like divorce or come home, like something,
divorce
man.
Or come home.
The Giselle Tom Brady situation, man. Something, bro. This guy needs to retire, bro. Go watch the kids, man. They got college and stuff, bro. Go be a family man. Go tour or something. Everyday coaching, man. There's more to life. There's more to life than coaching. There's more to life than football, man.
But
go enjoy some sangria.
He lives and breathes football. That's the problem, man. He's so obsessed with winning. When you become obsessed with winning, you just want to keep carrying on. Yeah, and big up Cyrus. I'll be playing them videos tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? He went in, man. I don't know if you've seen the quotes, but he's gone in on Spurs. I don't think he survives. I'll be real with you. Yeah. If you go and watch his quotes, yeah, he don't survive, mate. He went in. He went in on the fans, on the club, on everything, man. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. Best of the rest at 1 p.m, people. So make sure you tune in. But listen, over 700 of you in the building. Please like the video if you can do. That'll be amazing. But Bruno Fernandes, you know what's mad, yeah? I tweeted out, yeah, that we should sell and cash in on Bruno Fernandes. 10 minutes later, David Ornstein drops this and basically says, Bruno Fernandes firmly expected to stay at Man United. 29-year-old and reps had held long meeting with Man United bosses last week to discuss future. Club made clear intention to keep midfielder and he expressed desire to remain, provided ambitions are matched. So basically saying he's doing the Wayne Rooney thing. Yo, if you man don't fix up, I'll leave. So, you know what I mean? Griggs, man, you know what I mean? We're stuck with Bruno Fernandes. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, what are you saying, man? Is this someone that you were thinking to get rid of in the summer, or do you still believe he's got legs in him and, you know what I mean, we should keep him? What's your kind of feeling towards Bruno Fernandes?
Obviously, I think Bruno can contribute. Like, it's not like a Casemiro situation where I think like the dude is just washed. I think like Bruno can contribute to the team. My question was, me and Safi talked about it yesterday too on his channel. I said Bruno will only leave United when he wants to leave United, or like if a crazy offer comes in, right? Because we heard the Saudi interest. If Saudi pulled up with triple digits, 100 mil, I think United will tell Bruno like, "Yo, this is good money. What are you feeling?" Stuff like that. But obviously, you saw the Ornstein quote, the ambitions kind of stuff. Today, there was rumors of Bayern, Inter, which I always thought Inter makes sense for Bruno, right? Premier League player, go to Serie A. He's played in that league before with Sampdoria, I believe. The pace of the league probably suits him better. I think he'd cook at Inter, but I think I've always said that he wants to stay. He's the captain of the club, and if I was him, I'd personally leave. If I was him, United are going to go through the third rebuild under when Bruno's been here, and it looks like the rebuilds are getting progressively worse. By the way, they're not getting any better; they're getting progressively worse. He's about to hit 30. If he wants to leave any legacy behind in football, he needs to win major trophies. And when you look at the two clubs that were linked with him today, Inter are the best team in Serie A comfortably, and Bayern Munich are most likely going to win Bundesliga next year, unless Leverkusen. We'll see what Leverkusen are like if they're just a one and done team. So I think for him, he should leave, but he probably wants to stay. I'm okay with it. Obviously, I don't think United can realistically afford to have Bruno leave this summer with all the things that they need to address. You look at center backs, right? We're gonna talk about the guy that got announced that is leaving today. We're probably gonna sell another center back. Casemiro, we'll talk about him too. He's on the market. You're gonna need at least 2 wingers, probably.
Bro, this is the biggest summer ever, you know.
Yeah, we have so many things. We have so many things to address. And then imagine our Bruno leaving. Whether you like him or not, he does have a big impact on the team. He brings a lot of numbers. Are United gonna be able to find anyone? Not saying I don't think United should ever. When Bruno does move on, I don't think United should ever go like for like swap replacement for Bruno. I think they need to change up the whole system. But can you afford to lose Bruno this summer and then try to compete next year? Unless Ineos are telling us next year we're punting the season. It's just about getting rid of Deadwood, bringing in some key pieces this summer that can help us in a couple years' time. Then that's different. But I'm under the assumption that United are United and they're gonna try to compete to the best that they can next year. I'm not saying compete for a title, but try to get back into Champions League spots, right? If you lose Bruno, you lose Casemiro, you lose Varane. Marcus Rashford might leave as well. It's not just Bruno. There's so many players. I think we said it. I think it was the Orange team that came out a month ago. There's only 3 players that are realistically safe, right? Manu, Garnacho, Højlund. Everyone else can leave or is on the market realistically. That's a lot of people. And United don't have the money and they don't have the pull right now to be able to let all these people leave and then bring someone back. So that's just me. For me.
You know what? The thing is with me, right? Bruno Fernandes, I don't get. You know what it is with me? It's the fact that I want people to not be reliant on Bruno Fernandes so much. Even next year, Bruno, we got to play through Bruno. You know, Bruno stats, Bruno this, GA. Like, I want us to just think, you know what? We've got good footballers that don't have mad GA and don't not like GA base, and you can actually see on the eye test they're good footballers. You know, that's what I want at Old Trafford next year. But and this is a proper rebuild. You know what I mean? If you want a proper rebuild, you've got to get rid of certain players that may be a detriment to your team. You know, that's just my kind of feeling in my aspect. I mean, this Bums, are you a big fan of Bruno? I've never really heard your opinion on Bruno in terms of the contract situation. What are you saying, bro?
I mean, I've always liked Bruno. But the thing is, Bruno I think he gets like a really bad stick because he's had to really hard carry a team that just does not have the quality, and because a lot of managers just dump it on him to make up the playmaking on the team, to create chances for everyone, he gets run into the ground more than other players. He's a leader, he's a captain, he still stands up and plays. But the transfer rumors, I thought if there was a year for him to leave, if he needs to go out and do something for his legacy, like Greg said, it would be this season. The thing is, moving forward, I don't think any manager, like outside of Ten Hag maybe, would ask him to like run the team through Bruno, like you said. I think if the Elise links are as strong as everyone's saying, all the journalists are connecting him to, I think just by function of him being there, that balances our playmaking, our chance creation so much. Problem is, like, everything has to go through Bruno right now because our front line is just not balanced at all. What are we running right now? Højlund at the 9, Rashford on the left, Garnacho on the right. Who's playing people in? No one. Even the first phase guys, it's what, Manu and McTominay. Manu's got to handle the build-up. He's got to stay back for defense. McTominay's essentially a second striker. So I think by function, it's just really poorly set up right now. But if you give Elise the right side, let him handle that space, pass, link, set crosses inside, Bruno can be more relaxed. He can select his passes more often, like he does for Portugal. That's why I say, like, watch him for Portugal. There's a player there, and I think that player in the right environment is going to be a world beater. Now I know he's going to decline. I know he's almost 30. He's going to turn 30 in September. It's a difficult situation, but I don't think he's the guy that has to move on the most. I think it's Casemiro. Want to get the older guys out the team and settle contracts to get.
But it depends on what you want to play, though, innit? Like, for me, this new brand of football that we but it depends again if Ten Hag stays. But if you got a brand of football now and you want to play possession based and you don't want to be more transitional based, I don't think Bruno Fernandes can fit in that team. And yeah, people say, oh, for Portugal he does it, etc., etc. But let's be honest, man. Like, on the eye, Bruno Fernandes isn't that great. Let's be honest. You know, most times is You can see he's ill-disciplined in positionally. You can see technically he's always trying to force things as well. You know, if United really want to move on from that transitional style where you're having forceful passes and you kind of want to play in behind, and it's not just kind of, you know, measured and whatnot, then you can't play with Bruno Fernandes. I've seen it so many times, and the fan base also, I've seen it as well. You know, so it all comes down to style of play, really. You know what I mean? And that's what if you keep Ten Hag in, of course Bruno's going to stay. But if you go and get like a De Zerbi, he ain't going to play with with Bruno Fernandes. No way, man. Especially when the way
you really would.
You think so?
Yeah,
nah,
for sure,
man. No way,
it's
man.
not just about like with these guys. Like, let's say take De Zerbi because you said De Zerbi, right? De Zerbi, like a big part of his game is also like finding the space for the wingers to run into. So let's say like they play like a 4-2-4 type situation in build up. So the front two, they kind of drop deep. So the wingers, like they have Mitoma or whoever their right winger is, they run in behind. I guess that would be Rashford and Olise for us next season. But let's say if that system transfers over, obviously you need to have like a lot of technical security to play. But I genuinely think it's about like coaching and temperament as well. A guy like De Zerbi, or if someone really wants to play possession, you can coach tendencies into these players. It's just about holding on to the ball. And Bruno, I'm telling you, I know you said don't tell me about Portugal, but just watch him. He's so much more patient.
Yeah, but international football,
United.
come on, is that the same?
No, forget Portugal. Look, listen, I think last year was probably United's best possession style play, probably since Van Gaal days, in my opinion. What was Bruno's best season in United? For me, it was last year. I thought last year was his best year from United from a playing perspective. Obviously, he didn't have the GA, but his passing was better. He was more disciplined, and that's why I think for me, I said this before. I think Bruno suits possession style football more than transitional style, because when you play transitional style, you need to be a better ball carrier. Bruno's 100%. Biggest weakness is he can't carry the ball, and people talk about Bruno sinks in big games, how do United approach big games? We don't approach to control them.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why Bruno's so bad in them, because he has to carry the ball against teams that are suffocating him out of possession. So he can't handle the physical limitations of those kind of games. But if United were to be more dominant on the ball, he's able to save his energy more for the offensive side of the ball. He doesn't have to run back and forth like he's a track star like Ten Hag is making him do, and he can focus more. He can find the spaces like this Palm said about the wingers, like the Zerbi wants his wingers, all that kind of stuff. Look at our attacking. Do we ever put our wingers through 1v1 against their fullback? No. It's always either like a 2v1, especially on Rashford's side, right? More Anthony side is 1v1, but that's because the fullback doesn't respect him. They think he's a bum. But everywhere else, it's always a 2v1. We haven't had a good attacking coach, especially this year with Ten Hag. Last year was a little bit better. So that's why for me, Bruno, I think he suits possession style more. That's why De Zerbi would like him.
Let me show you something now.
Tuchel would like him too, I think. But
100%, man.
Let me show you something now. Let me show you something now. Yeah. So you're talking about possession-based football, right? And you're talking about the idea of containing teams and whatnot. What does this stat tell you here? Look at this stat here now.
Sorry, go search that up. Doesn't tell Kevin De Bruyne as well.
That doesn't tell me anything.
No, but forget Kevin De Bruyne, because Kevin De Bruyne actually performs for his team.
The reason
this here,
literally any creative passer is going to have a stat like this. I'm telling you, this isn't.
No, but the thing is, though, I don't want that. That's what I'm saying. We have to change our ideas. We have to change the way we play football.
That's fine. That's different. That's a different take to not play through a sole creator like how maybe like Liverpool played through Trent, who's the main creator. Go look at Trent's possession loss. He's just up there with Bruno, and he's a right back, by the way. He's not even a midfielder in the 10.
Big up CK. Yeah, but the thing is, for me, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see my creator doing this a lot, because you know what it is. Sometimes it's about the context as well of how players do it. Sometimes Kevin De Bruyne might do it in the final stage of the game, whereas Bruno, I see sometimes halfway line, hoof, and I'm like, what are you doing, bro? And them kind of tendencies is what I would rather a Musiala type player who might not do that, but then just silky, give and go. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like calm on the present. That's what I want. And maybe Florian Wirtz, I don't know who's out there, number 10s wise, we can bring in. For me, Eze, I would go and get Eze in United over Bruno Fernandes. Eze, for me, would be a better number 10 for Man United than Bruno Fernandes. And people might say, you know what, he won't get the stats as Bruno Fernandes. I probably agree. But the problem is, though, if he plays in a better team, like he's doing at Crystal Palace, what can he do at Man United?
Saeed, here's the question, though.
Yeah.
These 10s, right? These 10s like Musiala, I don't disagree with you. They're younger. They're really talented. They could be great pieces for United. But think about it as well. In a team, the guys that like really like to dribble, like to play with the ball at their feet a lot, pass in tight spaces, combination, those guys are a lot more reliant on their teammates being at their level to compete at a high level. So a guy like Bruno, right, who can just kind of spit out passes to runners, put people in on goal, create chances literally out of nowhere. He's a machine. If you don't have the tight space guys to, like, I don't know, take off space from an Eze, like combine with Musiala, United already is like really technically poor. If we just throw in a 10 like that, we're going to need some like time to build towards something like that as well. Even like Mount, whenever he plays, like whenever he tries to play off ball or tries to combine with someone, I know you make that face, right? But like Mount is decently technical, and like those combinations just don't happen, man. Our team is meaty. It's just not at that level.
Yeah, this is a good one, by the way. You do look like Turkey. I don't know if you know who Turkey is. Big up, that's a good one, you know. Big up, Raphael. By the way, Turkey could be available as well.
Why are you're not hearing that, Staffy?
I've gotten it all seasons. It's not my first time getting it, but you know, it's the Arab racismo right there.
Nah, listen, man. I don't know, man. Listen, Staffy, you're the, you know what I mean, you're the man that loves Bruno Fernandes. So you give us your pep talk. And
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Some people will believe that. Someone will believe that. No, I don't love Bruno. I hear what the guys are saying, though. I think all three of you have made very decent points. I don't think it's all Bruno like you made it seem, but I feel like the guys here are also defending him a little bit too much. I do hear the valid points that they're making. Bruno being in a different system that covers for some of his flaws. If he's in a position-based system versus a transitional system where he doesn't have to carry the ball a lot and all that, would he look better? Yes. If he's more focused on the final third than us using him running up and down the pitch, like Greg said, would he look better? Yeah, we actually do have the proof there. We've seen it in that COVID season when he had Pogba and Matic behind him, and in the front line he had Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood. You can say that was his best season, and the stats showed it. And to be fair, he was very good in the final third. But here's my issue. There's a lot of things that we can criticize Bruno for outside of football as well, but let's just keep it systematic and tactics like we just said right now. Do I really want my main guy in the team to be someone who has no ball carrying, like Greg said? No. Would he be better in a better system? Of course. But I don't see we don't say that about Odegaard as an example. We don't say that about a KDB. I need to have someone in their level where, yes, if we play a certain system, he would look good, yes, but I need you to be adaptable to systems. And that's the one thing that I've always had a criticism for Bruno for. I think he's allergic to carrying the ball. He hates carrying the ball. He gets the ball, and always watch Bruno. The first thing he does, he takes a touch, and then he just looks up right away. I don't like that for my footballer. I don't like that. The first thing you think of, let me get the ball and hoof it. If you give him the ball in the final third, could he be a good player? Yes, I've seen him do that before. But I also seen him when he's not getting the ball carried to him in the final third. He's making stuff like this. And I need my 10 to be a little bit more adaptable than that. I don't agree with the stat that you put outside because, yes, they're correct when they're telling you compare these stats to any creator, you will see something similar. Your number 10, he's meant to take risks. No one is meant to be more wasteful on your team more than your 10. So you're always going to see stats that show that. Like, you can't judge a 10 by how much he keeps the ball. However, I've seen Bruno in different systems where he just doesn't even make the right decision. Like, I get it when Greg says he will be better in a position-based system, but I've also seen him so many times see the right pass and choose not to make it and go for the Hollywood pass, which is why I have an issue with what's up here in his mind. I never had an issue with Bruno technically. I know with the ball he can do things. He could shoot, he can cross, he can pick out a diagonal pass. He's always done a lot of good stuff. He'll pull out a Rabona here and there, so he's a little bit techy sometimes with the way he passes outside of the foot. He does have some technical ability. What I've always had an issue with him was his brain. I don't like footballers that are not that intelligent. For me, a number 10 is meant to be risky, but at the same time, they are meant to be a little bit more intelligent. Because the way, especially that we play through our 10, he is technically been our system for about 4 years now because we play so much through him. And there's so many times, more than not, where I seen him take the wrong decision. And this is why I said the minute we got Bruno in this team, we started getting battered more because he always was a detriment on that midfield. His positioning sometimes is not good enough. When I see him pressing beyond the front line, I don't understand why he's doing the striker's job. How can everyone be in shape, a defensive shape, whether we're pressing or just waiting for them to attack us, but you're out of position? So many times we used to see him leave his midfielders exposed. That's why we used to play McFred a lot, because McFred used to make up for the lack of defensive awareness and effort he used to put in that midfield. That is just off the ball. On the ball, as I said, sometimes he ignores the easy pass because he wants to be risky. And when people always say, but KDB complimented him, go back and watch that video again. Why did KDB compliment him? He said he is the when he compared him to Odegaard and Madison, he said he likes risk takers and he takes the most risks, which is why it's been a detriment on us because we haven't had a team good enough for a while to make up for the stuff that he lacks. Yes, it's not all on him, but at the same time, I don't think at this age that he's in, is he going to get any better? This is the first time he's gotten injured in so long.
And also, it's the best time to cash in. It's the best time to cash in.
Greg said it perfectly. If they come in and they say, listen, 60 million, 70 million, 80 million for Bruno, Saudi Arabia, could you really say no? You really can't, because that 60, 70, 80 million, you can go get the next up-and-coming 10 out there. I don't know who, what price is going to be, as example. I know we all talk about Wirtz and them. Wirtz is probably going to be more money than
he won't be available this summer anyway. I don't think so. I think he's
Xavi Simons, all these people.
Yeah. Xavi Simons, oh my God. He's going to be available. All right, listen. Xavi Simons is a baller. Big up Adiwale. He says Bruno is lost possession 2,967 times in 4 years. He's been here. We need to get rid of him. Doesn't play winning football. There's a reason Carabao Cup is his biggest trophy. And what kind of 10 can't dribble? Now this guy's such a fake image and he's a horrible player.
That's the point that I'm making.
That does low IQ more times than not. Again, he does not play winning football. He plays football to get himself stats. You know what it is, CK, yeah? If you were to big up, by the way, as well.
Big up again.
Just the last question on Bruno before we move on. Like, what would it take for you to sell him? Is he like unsellable for you? Like, is he one of them where you're like,
no, I don't think he's unsellable at all. I think, like Staffy was saying, if the right offer comes in, 70, 80 million at this point in time, I think it would be a wise decision to maybe cash in on him. But I also don't think that, I just don't love the concept of, picking out the main guys or our best players in a bad team and saying you're the problem. I think that.
I agree. I agree with that.
I think that's a very kind of, for the lack of a better word, lazy way to analyze the game and analyze the team. I think Bruno. We all know Bruno has his flaws. He views the game in a very simple way, in my opinion. You get the ball from point A to point B in as quick as possible, and he has the ability to pick out incredible passes and with the right teammates around him, he can be at his best. But there are a lot of times where he is too erratic, where he does let his emotions take over a little bit in terms of the game model and the game style, and it can be frustrating, right? It can be. We've all at one point or multiple points this season and during his time at Manchester United got up at our TVs and be like, F Bruno, why are you playing that pass? Just play the simple pass, right? But then there's also been a million times where you get up and you say, oh, and then it comes off, right? And it's a goal. So it's like, it's a very interesting. I definitely do think he needs players around him, like we've seen last season, right? With Eriksen and Casemiro behind him for most of the season that can clean up for him with an Eriksen type of profile that can do the simple things so he can shine. And I think this season, he's had to do a lot of different things, right? He hasn't really been in his position for the whole season. He's been playing that, he's been playing as a deep lying playmaker for some of the seasons. For some of this season. He's been playing as a right
freedom, though. He also gets the most freedom.
100%, but he's also being asked to do a lot of different things other than what he is best at. And I think we've seen, over the past 2 or 3 games, he's been, aside from the ones that he's been injured from, he's played in the 10, and we've seen some of the best that we've seen of Bruno this season. So I don't think he's ever going to be the perfect player. I think a lot of people want him to be something that he's not. And I do think that, eventually either this season or next, we will need to find a replacement. But I think the possession loss thing, like Staffy was saying, it's not the correct stat to look at in terms of an attacking midfielder. If you look at Florian Wirtz, he loses the ball. Bruno loses the ball 20.8 times per season or per game this season. Florian Wirtz is at 17.8. So Xavi Simons is at 16. So they're all KDB is at 17. So they're all in that same 2 or 3 possession loss per game, like in that area, So I think Bruno's errors are just a little bit louder than maybe a Florian Wirtz or a KDB or something, because I guess for some reason they have more, leeway with fans, and we have to remember as a fan base that we are the most critical, the most every
now
touch.
We are because we're not winning.
Exactly. So Bruno,
that's the problem.
It's always going to be. I don't think he's ever going to be the perfect player, but I do think he is good enough to be here in a winning team.
Well, listen, we got a lot to discuss, man. You know what I mean? In terms of the rebuild, man. I don't know if you lot seen it. Varane is going to leave today. Casemiro's on his way out. I can't lie to you guys, man. I think, you know what, man? Bro, we're going to miss these players, man. I'll be real with you. You lot smiling now.
Speak for yourself for Casemiro.
No. Let me land. You lot are going to be... You're smiling now, yeah? But Varane and Casemiro, we will miss them next season, Like, genuinely, man. We're going to miss leaders. We're going to miss their tenacity and what they bring to the team. And ultimately, man, first and foremost, Varane, I think, you know what, he's still our best defender. But Casemiro, I can see a little bit why he probably has to leave. But at the same time, if we let go of him and then keep McTominay, man, I swear down, bro, I can't do this, guys, man. If we let go of these players and then keep Maguire's and them, man, I don't think that's right, guys, man. I don't think it's right. I can't come here and sit here and be like, Varane's leaving, even though I think it's the right decision maybe in the end for the wages. But then I see man still here. Like, it don't feel right to me. People are saying no, they won't. But who's to suggest that they'll leave?
I think with Varane though, I think Maguire's willing to accept that he might not play every game. He might not. He's going to be third, fourth choice center back. I think Varane, with someone like Varane, he wants to play week in and week out, whether he's available. His availability is definitely a question as well. But like when he's available, he wants to play. And I think with the center back overhaul that's coming this summer, like we want to buy 2 center backs that can start week in and week out. And I don't think Varane is a part of that starting right center back for this next season in terms of Ineos's plans. So I think with him, he wants to go somewhere where he's valued, where he's going to play week in and week out, and where he can continue to probably make the money that he was going to make here at Manchester United. I think with Ineos, he was going to take a tremendous pay cut, which I'm not sure if he was going to be able to, which I don't know if it aligned with his goals and his aspirations, but I don't know. That's just my take.
Apparently Aaron Bissaka will join Rafael Varane and to Martial in saying farewell to Old Trafford on Wednesday night. Understand t-shirt has even been printed in his honor and aiming to lift the Carabao Cup.
Aaron Bissaka t-shirt is
crazy. What a day, bro. What a day. Wallahi, I might cry, bro.
That's crazy. You know what? That's crazy.
I don't mind.
This is gonna sound weird for me. The fact that Aaron Wan-Bissaka got a t-shirt and David De Gea got nothing is actually kind of
it's criminal, man.
That's actually
criminal. David De Gea didn't even get a farewell message, man. He didn't even get a farewell.
That's actually crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But now with Varane though, with Varane, obviously, I wish he stayed. I'm not gonna lie. I actually wanted him. I wanted him to stay this summer because CK talked about the young center backs. I always say there's 3 positions in football that you need a lot of more time to develop in for maturity: goalkeeper, center back, and striker. We're already seeing what's happening with our striker, who's very young and he doesn't have a veteran next to him. Center back, obviously, I think Maguire's a good veteran. I think he can give you he's a good guy. He's a good mentor. I think he could be a good mentor. I think Varane could have also been a great mentor. He's done it all. He's won everything that there is to be won. And obviously, I think CK mentioned the biggest thing. I don't think he was willing to take the wage cut that Ineos wanted to present to him. And obviously, he probably still wants to compete at the highest honors. People are looking at United right now. No Europe next year. For the first time since the Van Gaal's first year, United don't have Europe. No Europa League, No Champions League, not even a mini Conference League. There is no Europe to be looking for. So Varane's probably like, yo, maybe I could go to like France, PSG, maybe something like that. But I wish he stayed. Casemiro, on the other hand, au revoir, goodbye. Well, he never should have gotten signed. I think obviously there was a tweet this morning that talked about like never signed players from Real Madrid, which I agree to a certain extent.
But we ruined them, man. We ruined players, man.
But when you look at the three, right? Di Maria, when we signed Di Maria, we was all gassed. First of all, we thought we were signing one of the best players in the world, and to be honest, I think we did sign one of the best players in the world. But then Van Gaal wanted to use him as a wing back, and then his house got robbed. Obviously, when that goes out. Varane, I think Varane was a good signing. It was a good fee too. It wasn't like we overpaid like Casemiro.
35 million. 35 million.
It was a good price. He always wanted to play for United because obviously we were meant to sign him before he went to Madrid. Fergie really liked him, so it was kind of like a move that made sense, and that's why you probably saw him do the interview. I think he really loves Manchester United. Casemiro, on the other hand, should have never been signed. Ever should have been signed. That was United panic stations. They got beat 4-0 by Brentford. The alarm started ringing in the locker room, and they're like, what can we do to fix this? And they looked at Real Madrid. They saw Casemiro. They saw the name. They saw that he just probably had a World Cup, Champions League final man of the match performance, and he was probably willing to come for the wages. So they went to him. That guy should have never been signed. He gave us a good 6 months. I'm not going to take that away from him. He until the Carabao Cup, Casemiro was absolutely excellent. But the legs gave out, and United.
I think he had a first good year as well. A
good year, obviously. But you could tell the legs were starting to give out. He was very rash. He had the 2 red cards, that kind of stuff. United should have approached this summer, the one that just passed. Go get his heir. Go get his replacement already. And that's why I tweeted that last year, and I got cooked. I said, Casemiro probably not going to be at this club for a very long time, by the way. He was always going to be a 2 to 3 year signing. We
gave him 4 year signing. We gave him 4 years. Yeah.
But you're like, especially when you look at Saudi Arabia and how many players they were buying, you're like, well, we could probably ship off Casemiro to Saudi within a couple of years, right? Kind of try to maintain their value. United should have addressed that backup 6, and they never did. And this season, Casemiro paid for it, and United as a whole paid for it because this guy was not ready to play in, week out, especially at this pace that Ten Hag guys his players playing. For God's sakes, the guy's over 30 years old. He's played for Real Madrid for the last 10 years. He had all that running to do there. Now you're making him come to the Premier League against the best athletes in the world. The guy couldn't do anything, and that's not his fault. I blame Ten Hag more for that. But at the end of the day, that goal against Arsenal that we conceded, I look at Casemiro, bro. We talk about leadership. What are you doing? You're walking.
He's Ten Hag out though. He's Ten Hag out though. That's why I don't blame him on that one. He's Ten Hag out.
But we're talking about leaders. You
also, Wan-Bissaka. What was Wan-Bissaka doing as well? By the way, the guy.
That's why he's leaving too.
Controller disconnected, bro. I'm telling you, if the ball, if the ball's not, if he's not 1v1 defending, controller disconnected, bro.
It's crazy, man. I got to do super chats here. Big up Adewale says, it's funny how United fans are so quick to get rid of Casemiro and Varane, who played a huge part in getting us a trophy last season, while Bruno gets love because of GA that leads us to nothing and gets more respect. And also Umaran, both should have been brought, but Varane was mostly decent during his tenure. As for that's crazy. Riyadh's restaurants are going to be making rent cash. That's, you know what's wild, man? You know what it is, man? How did we fumble Casemiro for the past? We didn't protect him, though. We didn't protect him.
No, I agree with that. But he, as Greg said, I fully echo Greg's sentiment. He should have never been signed. Signing a 30. How old was he when he signed?
He signed it off 30. He turned 30 when he signed.
31.
He was only 30.
I swear to God, I swear he was older. I swear he was older.
No. He turned April. I think he's 30, isn't it? So then he came to the club in July. So,
yeah, and putting him on that, regardless. The worst
was it February? All right, okay, 6 months into it. So he was kind of
Okay,
go on.
And putting him on those sort of wages when we knew he was at the end of his career, or going towards the end of his career. Yes, he gave us a great season. One of our most important players. I always look back on that Crystal Palace game when he got a yellow card, and we were like, "Oh my God, he's gonna miss the Arsenal game." Fast forward a year later, if he were to like get a red card and miss a game, we might be celebrating. It's just crazy how far we've come in a year. And the worst part about the Casemiro deal for me is that we literally funded Tchouaméni for Real Madrid.
I know,
we just gave them 70 million to go buy probably the best defensive midfielder and the young defensive midfielder in the world right now. So Casemiro is just. It's time, regardless of if it's completely his fault. or not, which I don't think it is. I think some of it is just Father Time catches up to everyone. Some of it is the play style. Ten Hag ran him into the ground, but it's time to go for Casemiro for sure.
Adewale carries on and he says, "Yo, you man, y'all are angry about Casemiro not getting back on side, but allow Bruno to give the ball away to the other team consistently is insane."
Sorry. Can I just say one thing? Why can we not talk about anything about this team, about any player without
We
Bruno?
want him out.
It's just
Leave Bruno out.
Why can't we? Can I not criticize a player without bringing it back to Bruno?
You know what it is. It's. I think obviously Adewale is frustrated that the wrong priorities are being made in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and,
no, I understand.
You know, listen. I think for me, this is going to be one of the biggest rebuilds in the summer, man. Like, I'm happy for players to go, yeah, but I think for me, I think United need at least what, I'm going to start with this, but how many players do Man United need this summer? Like, generally, like, without, I reckon, be realistic as well, but how many players do United need this summer?
Okay, this is my list. I've been thinking about it too. I think we are going to get Olise through financing Greenwood and Sancho. So that's one, right wing. Yep. Then I think Casemiro is going to Saudi. So I think we're going to get a DM, whether that be Joao Neves or Onana. I think it's going to be one of those two.
50-50.
Or Hillman, the sporting guy. But I think we'll get a DM.
Hoyland.
I've not seen him much.
I don't know how to say much. I don't know how to say
HJ. Oh, man, I'm done with the HJ people, man.
I'm
done with the Danish.
He's not like, I don't think he's not in that top tier, but he's solid.
He's solid. Okay, so right wing defensive midfielder. Then Tosin, which will be another center back. Then we're gonna pay like a good amount on like a first choice center back, whether that be Todibo or Euro is apparently not going to Madrid anymore. That
Euro, man.
Bro, that's really too young, man. He's too young, guys, man.
He is. I don't care.
But Griggs, though, you're putting an 18-year-old as part of the new rebuild. That's ludicrous.
They're gonna throw him out there. His first couple mistakes. Oh, where's Varane? We should have kept
Varane. Yeah, exactly. But this is why I wanted Varane to stay, because what better player to mentor the best French center back prospect?
That's true.
Than the guy that was probably the best prospect. Euro is the best young center back.
Who said mentor?
Varane should have been here to mentor him. Who better to mentor Euro than Varane, right?
Yeah, I know.
In France, they say Euro is the best center back prospect that they've seen since Raphael Varane when he played at Lens.
What, Saliba not even there?
Euro's higher rated when he's 18. Obviously, Saliba is miles level now. We don't know what Euro's going to be in 3-4 years, right? But at 18, what Euro is doing for Lille, I think they're in Champions League spots. They made the Conference League quarterfinals. He's been the first choice center back all year. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets some minutes at the Euros. He's been really highly praised. And Real Madrid have wanted him, but they obviously have other priorities, aka Kylian. So most of their budget is going to go there. United cannot let this opportunity slip, because PSG will capitalize. By the way, PSG are going to go in for Lenny Euro. They want the young French prospects. I know he's young, 18, yada yada yada, but we're looking at a player that can lead the center back line for at least 5 years until Real Madrid come in for him. Inevitably, we're not going to have.
So what you're trying to say? This is another stepping stone player, man. You know, you're trying to
say. Let's be real, bro. Every French player is a stepping stone for Real Madrid. The great ones, at least.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Hey, that's how football hierarchy is.
Forget about the bad vibes. As long as
Kim and Jay,
world class prospect like Kim and Jay,
there's that Champions League semifinal.
No, you lot, I swear down, man.
Bring Kim and Jay.
Bring Kim and Jay, man. You lot are too harsh on him, man. Listen,
when his stock is low right now,
that's when you buy the dip. You buy the dip.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people are, that's exactly. You man are on it, man. Kim Min Jae. You probably get it for like about 40 million as well. Probably 40 million, if you know.
What? It should be lower. That's what Bayern paid Napoli for him.
We saw the Champions League semifinal tapes, 20 mil. We saw the tapes, man. They can't hoodwink us.
Got stocks, man. I'm not giving up on the stocks, man. I'm not giving up on the stocks just yet. You know what I'm saying?
They gotta give up on the stocks so we can.
You can't just say a player is. This is the worst thing about football discourse.
Bremer hype, by the way. Bremer hype, by the way.
People just say, Bremer hype for sure.
Bremer hype.
People haven't watched one Kim Min Jae game all season. They watched the Champions League semifinal and say, He's
You know,
Kimchi Maguire is what I'm saying in the comments. Like, what are we doing?
That's crazy, by the way.
That's insane. That's insane. Like he was
with
amazing for Napoli last season. He was playing amazing before the Asian World Cup or the Asian Cup. Got injured, came back out of favor. He's in a dip. Still a good player.
Exactly.
Saeed, you're gonna call him Kim Beckenbauer.
No. He's just gonna be called Kim Min Jae. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we need I think we're gonna need a right back. I think we need a left back. We need 2 centre backs. That's 4 signings, right? We need 2 midfielders, 1 holding. I think we need another.
We need a Bruno backup.
Okay, Bruno backup. Okay,
at the very least.
So what's that? 6 signings there.
Yeah, and then you need a
striker. We need a right
winger,
winger, 7. Yeah,
don't think that's a priority. We have
8
literally
signings.
a Mount. I think
I would sell Mount. You know, I don't know about you guys, but
you can't sell Mount now. His stock is never. He doesn't play it all.
Actually, no. I have my backup 10 sorted. Ahmad Diallo. We're here.
I was about to say. I thought that was Ahmad.
Ahmad will leave. I reckon Ahmad will leave.
The left back and the backup striker.
Big up LB, man.
So it would be right winger.
Starting 11, you know.
We're not getting a right back. There's no way.
No, left back. Sorry. So a left back, 2 center backs, defensive midfielder, and right wing, and backup striker.
Just get a fullback that can play both sides. By the way,
I was just about to say, just like
get a fullback that can play both sides.
Who's that?
I don't know, but it's 2024. A lot of fullbacks can play both sides.
Surely Thiago Santos can play both sides.
Who's he?
You know. Maatsen might be open. Who's
the little right back? The little right back.
Thiago Santos, yeah, little right. Maatsen in the back 4 though. I'm not sold.
Matt's not a fullback. That guy's a wingback.
I'm seeing Frimpong in the have you? I don't know if you guys watch Leverkusen. Frimpong is a right. He's a right
winger. He's a right winger.
He's not. If you put him in the back,
he can come play right wing for me. He can come play right wing for me.
I promise.
Bro, he's a right winger, bro. I swear.
If you look at his average position on the season where he play, he's basically like he's one of their most advanced players.
Not gonna lie, for left back though, I am moved by this Kirkus guy at Bournemouth.
Yes, thank you.
By the way, Griggs, I'm on to you.
What I do now?
I see Ziz talking about Elise in the summer. You going like this? It wasn't.
I moved.
It wasn't a few weeks ago. It wasn't a few weeks ago when you saying you weren't sold. You know.
I tweeted in our chat. I said he passed the audition. I wasn't. Now you know what? I've been on the Pedro Neto wave the whole year, bro. I wanted Pedro Neto the whole year, but eventually I had to give that up because this guy hamstrings can't survive. So I'm like, Elise. I'm like, let's see. But then I saw him under Glasner, and I realized when he's in a capable system, he can cook. And I also realized that if I have to see another year of Anthony, I will lose my love for the game of football. So eventually, we have to make sacrifices.
Oh my God!
And my sacrifices, I'm gonna cut Elise.
Pull up a side of Neto and Griggs.
Who?
That's my twin. I didn't
Pedro Neto.
No. And
then look at Griggs. It just
he looks like him.
It's crazy.
No, Elise is him, man.
No, Elise is him.
I wish him and Eze didn't play for the same team, and I wish Onana and Branthwaite didn't play for the same team.
I wish Adam Morton didn't play for the same team.
Yeah, that's true. That might be Griggs.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right still. But yeah, I think for me, now Kirkus is not a full. They're saying he's not a fullback. He's a winger for his previous club. Again, you don't want these kind of transformative, left backs.
He's been playing left back the whole year.
Yeah, I mean, he played left back the whole season at the Prem. So
man.
Matters.
But
I swear he played left back at Feyenoord. Am I bugging out?
Yeah. You know what it is though.
You know Gertruda. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Gertruda from Feyenoord, because Griggs just made me think of that. He's a player, bro. Can play.
See, I don't watch Dutch League, man. We gotta be careful with Dutch League, man.
No, this guy's actually legit, bro. Can play all throughout the back line. Can get into midfield. He's actually scarred, man. He's legit. I'm telling you. He might if he goes to Liverpool. Watch if Arne Slot brings Gertruda to Liverpool next season. Just watch.
Bro, I'm scarred with that league, man. I'm scarred with that league, man. That's the problem, man. I would love players from that league, but I'm scarred, man. That league has killed me. Is Sandro Martinez injury prone? Malacia injury prone. Anthony shit. You know who else have we bought from that league?
Timber ACL second game.
Memphis Depay 10 years ago.
Memphis Depay. You know
Well, you know, it's been 9 years since we signed Memphis Depay. That's crazy.
I know, man. I was at his debut, you know. What a player. I still think we missed out on a gem. And obviously got Martial, he's going to be leaving as well. You know, so altogether, who's leaving?
That video, by the way, are you guys going to get emotional when Martial drops that video?
Bro, it's going to be mad. So let's see, yeah.
French Twitter's going to be in shambles, man.
Oh, they're going to cry that day, bro. They're going to cry.
Bro. So let's make who's going to leave this summer? I reckon Bayenda's going to leave, you know. Bayenda will leave.
He should.
Wan-Bissaka will leave. Varane.
Was Wan-Bissaka confirmed leaving?
Yeah, no, he will leave. He'll leave. I reckon he'll leave. Who do you reckon will leave? Do you reckon Lindelof will leave, or do you reckon he'll stay?
I think he'll leave. To be honest, if
my God is real, Victor Lindelof is not at this football.
Evans, will he leave?
Coaching. Evans, I think Evans is gonna get a coaching gig at United.
I don't think he'll be on the team next season.
No,
the actual playing.
Casemiro will leave.
You think McTominay?
Ericsson.
I reckon McTominay's staying. I'll be honest. I think Ericsson will leave. Yes,
He's
gone. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Yeah, I'm putting Ahmad in there for leaving. I've got this. I don't know what it is, yeah, but I think he'll leave alone or something like that. He won't. I don't know if he'll get the opportunities. I don't know. But I'll leave that
coach. Depends on the coach.
Depends on the coach. Yes, so we'll leave that one. Who else is out there that could possibly leave?
No way we can sell Anthony.
Amrabat would not be here.
No way we can sell Anthony this summer, right?
No, we can't. I don't think we can sell him. I'll be honest with you.
I don't think we can ever sell him because of his wages.
Bro. I need to know if a journalist are legit, man. I need someone to pull in the fine details
Bruno.
of Anthony's contract.
Sancho and Greenwood.
I need to see the fine details of Anthony's contract, and I need to know if Ten Hag made a cut off Anthony signing. I need to know.
Bro, he's making a cut off the youngsters, bro. He's making a cut.
This guy, Anthony went from 20K wages to 200K.
Yeah.
That's fishy.
Just assume that's Jadon Sancho over there, people, on this left-hand side. And then who's this one here? It'll probably be Greenwood here. So Greenwood, people, for those that are watching, Greenwood, and then you got Anthony on this side. That's a whole 11, you know?
What about, is Donny's technically still on the books?
Oh, yeah, Donny. But, you know, Donny's a bit of a mad one, you know, man. That Donny situation. Like, bro, he's finished, you know? I don't know where he goes.
He might just be bad. I don't know.
Nah, I feel sorry for the guy, man. Donny, where does Donny go? Like, I'm being serious. He's not played well at Frankfurt. We have finished him. We finished him, man. How on earth is Donny van der Beek gone like this?
He should go Dortmund.
Bro, he ain't going Dortmund, man.
Respect Borussia Dortmund, man. Those are Champions League finalists, man.
Okay. Oh, this guy's such a fraud, man. This guy.
Oh, bro, they're Champions League finalists.
Oh, yeah.
If you heard how Griggs was talking about Dortmund in the past few weeks.
No, they're not. Like, I think they're a little bit overrated, but Donny van der Beek is filling out Frankfurt, who are in the same league and below Dortmund.
He could play a little backup role to legend Marco Reus.
Replace Marco Reus when he leaves.
We're not doing this Marco Reus talk today, man.
While we're at it, Saeed, you know Griggs doesn't rate Marco Reus.
I don't know. Wow. Nah. This is my issue with Marco Reus.
Who does he rate?
Nah. First of all, it's people because people are saying with Dortmund, do it for Marco Reus in the final. Since when is Marco Reus rated like that to say do it for Marco Reus? Why can't we say do it for Matt Hummels, who's actually contributing to the Champions League final run, who's starting week in and week out and dropping master classes? Why can't we say do it for Matt Hummels? Why we gotta say do it for Marco Reus? Because certain man compared him to Totti.
Here it is again. I didn't compare him to Totti. I said his loyalty. No. So what I said, Saeed, I said because he's been loyal, and we start talking about it. I said, and I forgot we were talking about like making comparisons. I was like, well, look at Totti.
No, actually, no, it wasn't that because you guys called Marco Reus a footballing legend. Is Marco Reus a footballing legend?
I didn't call him I didn't call him a footballing legend.
Called him a Dortmund legend.
I said he's a Dortmund legend. Omar did.
Legend of this era.
Omar said legend of the game. Omar said legend of the game.
Legend of the game is crazy.
I said legend of Dortmund. I said I forgot that he came from another team. I said he was like a one-man club like Totti. That's what I said. I didn't say he was as good as Totti. I said he's has that loyalty like that.
That's what they're talking about. They're talking about Marco Reus as legend of the game. When we talk about history of football, will Marco Reus' name ever be mentioned?
Not the history of football, no, but he'll be like one of them kind of players that, you know what,
FIFA
good
cover
player in his time. You know what I mean?
Streets won't forget.
Streets won't forget.
Streets won't forget FIFA. So Mbappe is a Streets won't forget player.
FIFA 16.
No, Mbappe is
FIFA 17. Yeah, FIFA 17.
Mbappe's already a top 10 player of the game. So it's like
I see what United fans say, bring him and that. I said, bro, are you mad, bro? What's going on?
Royce? Nah.
Oh, Royce. Yeah, I remember, bro. United fans
don't drag
right now. Wait, like 7 years ago or right now? Because 7 years ago, I would
7 years ago. We were linked with him though. We were linked with him 7 years ago.
7 years ago,
we almost bought every best player ever at the time. Cruz.
Yep.
Griezmann.
Cruz wasn't our fault. It was the manager's fault. I forgot who it was.
Yeah, but it just never works out, does it? We would have ruined them anyways. But
yeah, he deserves to be appreciated as a top 5 midfielder of all time that he is at Real Madrid.
Listen, he doesn't go to Real Madrid. They don't win all these Champions Leagues. Casemiro gets exposed for being the bum that he should have been all these
There
years.
you are. See, it's tight. If you think I mean about Casemiro, yesterday, Staffy, when we were recording, basically called Casemiro a bum. And then he got single-handedly carried to all his success.
I'm telling you right now, Modric and Cruz are the biggest midfield duo in football history because they carried this bum to back-to-back Champions League. Like I've grew a lot of respect for them in recent times just watching this guy. One of the most overrated footballers I've ever seen. No wonder why he was starving Madrid. The guy was doing the same thing he does for us here. We have people cleaning up for him over there, dominating the ball, not losing the ball as much as they do over here. Bro, this guy, bro, I swear, never seen someone more overrated than Casemiro guy. I regret ever rating him when he came to United. That's my United bias kicking in last season.
That's crazy, man.
That is actually the definition of revisionism, by the way.
Exactly.
Bro, no. I swear, bro. I told you
the guy was like the best ball winner in Europe.
Bro, I'll tell you this. Wallahi, I never rated him when he came to United. I told you the story. I called
I believe that. I believe that.
I called one of my friends, Saeed. One of my friends. He's a big Madrid fan. Wallahi, I haven't talked to him in years. Called him the day we signed Casemiro. He's like, yo, what's up? Been a while. I was like, yo, just be honest to me. Are you guys robbing us with Casemiro? And he's like, why? I was like, bro, I don't rate this guy. And he's like, no, you're crazy. I'm like, bro, I don't trust this signing. I should have never trusted it, bro. Should have never trusted it. I became so biased after we signed him. I should have stuck to my gun.
I mean, obviously,
at that time they were robbing us, but that Champions League run, bro. He was never good on the ball. He was never like this top. That's why he was up the pitch and.
That's what I said. He got carried, bro. Why can't I just?
That doesn't mean he got carried though, because every time Modric and Cruz would lose the ball and there was a transition threat, Casemiro was cleaning everything up.
He 100% got.
He obviously was the least valuable out of Cruz.
Saying Modric and Cruz carried someone is literally not an insult. Like
that is an insult.
But it's also Casemiro played a valuable part in those Champions League runs.
Exactly, bro. The 2021 he was the man of the match in the final. He was a man of the match.
Should have been Courtois.
Bro, come on, bro. We all saw what Courtois did, bro.
Bro, are you kidding me?
Bro, by the way, that 3P doesn't happen without Casemiro, by the way. He was one of the pieces that got integrated that started the 3P under Zidane. It was Keylor Navas going into goal, and it was Casemiro getting integrated, and kind of like Isco taking over James Rodriguez because the guy.
Bro, I promise you, he was the least valuable one in that midfield. I promise you, bro.
That's not a bad thing when the other two midfielders are top 5 midfielders of all time.
So I said it's not an insult to say he got carried by Modric and Cruz. They really carried him, bro. These guys are legends.
Cruz has a shot for top 5 midfielder of all time.
No, easily.
He has a shout.
Look at the resume.
Look
at the resume. The resume speaks for itself. It's about to be what, 6 UCLs?
Bro,
Euro this summer.
Allow me when it comes to
returning to the German national team to win Euro this summer.
Yeah, give it up, Seek. I told you about that.
By the way, that Euro Germany team.
Germany's winning.
That's almost didn't get taken, by the way.
I've been on. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Nagelsmann didn't take him.
And Goretzka as well. He didn't take Goretzka.
He's trying to build for the future.
That's a dumb for him, by the way.
That Euros is right now. What do you mean you're building for the future? Like height, whatever, man. Leaving Homos out of this after this season he's having.
But you know what it is, though? I was talking about it today, man. It's just you know what I mean? We got to build, man. Like Ineos, what are they gonna do, man? They started to piss me off. They need to sack this manager first, man. I don't want to know about signings until they sack this manager, man.
So funny, bro.
Nah, but I'm seriously, man. CK,
what have they done to make you mad?
Play the clip. Man. Sack this ball fraud.
I need somebody to get that, by the way. Sack that ball fraud. Yo,
that's the funniest video of all time.
I think it's
by the way.
it is the greatest video I've ever seen,
Bro.
I just
in the long
I just
list
love
of
I
funny
love
clips.
Bro, the funniest part is how
one day, you know what, Saeed? One day I'm gonna do content on my channel. You can't be on it because it's gonna be you. We're just gonna put your top 10 funniest clips, and we're just gonna sit there and read. That's what we're gonna do.
The funniest part is Norden is talking to you, and your head is so gone. You're not even listening to it. He's talking about Ronaldo chops.
He goes,
He's like, yeah.
Bro, man, I'm done, man. I'm done, man. But you know what it is, You know what it is, man. I just don't know what they're gonna do, man. I mean, Ziz, you were saying about Tuchel, is gonna be staying now. Do you man know what's going on with Bayern at the minute? They're gonna keep Tuchel.
Oh my god, bro! I can rant. Okay, so in the interest of following Tuchel, I have gone deep in like the Bayern drama. It's like a soap opera, man. Like it's like you follow like your own season of like. Everyone has their own arc. They have arguments. It all starts from like the big boss, Uli Hoeneß. This guy has been at Bayern forever, and he kind of runs the show. He had taken a step down a little while back, but he was part of the team that sacked Nagelsmann, and now he's part of the team that like badmouthed Tuchel, that primarily wanted him gone. Him and Tuchel have been beefing. He was talking a bunch of trash to him right before the UCL semifinal. He's the one that wants him gone, but 80% of the actual team, like Neuer, like Thomas Muller, they want to keep him.
They want to keep him.
It's looking rough. Like I don't think he has any respect, and he's one of the biggest like power holders at Bayern. So if he doesn't want him, Tuchel's not gonna stay. But I really hope Ineos is actually moving, like gets the interview across, communicates, hey, if we want you, we want to do something quick. This FA Cup final thing, it's screwing us over big time.
Bro, I can't lie, man. It's one of them where I think right now, unless you go and get Zerbi, I'm hearing today Kieran McKenna. Like, what's going on like today? Like, what's all these managers? We're getting linked with
McKenna in like 2-3 years after Tuchel. Not right now, but McKenna in like 3 years. Watch, just not right now though.
No, not right now, but why are we getting linked to Kieran McKenna? Like, you know what it is, because we don't have like a concrete guy we're trying to get. Now journalists are getting a bit agitated. They're thinking, yo, who are these men actually getting? Like, are they getting this guy? Are they getting that guy? Like, who are they getting?
This whole past 4 or 5 years, we've been talking about wanting United to keep the leaks out of the team and all that kind of stuff.
Now we're
the one time you want them to leak something, just tell me who the manager is gonna be next year. Just for the love of God, just tell me who it is, bro. Is it Ten Hag staying? Is it Zerbi? Is it Tuchel? Let me know who the favorite is, because I just want to know, man. Not every day me looking at different managers every day and me going to do different systems. I've gone through Tuchel's 800 different systems. Kieran McKenna plays 500 different systems.
Yeah,
Zerbi and his Zerbi.
That's good.
Nah, bro, I'm tired, bro.
That's good. It keeps you. It makes us.
I want to know who the target is. Yo, next we're gonna do a Bayern and we're gonna go to Palace and offer 100 mil for Glasner like they tried to do, bro.
Hey, listen, I'd hear a shot for Glasner, but critical thinking. We all have to sit here, make our own opinions, make our own thoughts, sit on Saeed TV and talk about what managers we want.
Yeah, today's Thomas Frank.
Thomas Frank,
How boring would our content be if we already know who the manager is, bro? That's good, bro. Keep it coming.
Nah, but not when you.
I want to properly look into because I feel like I can't look into players. And
you will, bro. Listen, the manager gets announced after the FA Cup. Okay, the FA Cup final ends that week. We'll find out if he's leaving or not, and then we start talking about the new manager. We'll have a whole summer to talk about him. Don't worry about it. Every Tuesday, Society's gonna hit up. Yo, CK, what are you saying, man? Tonight, late vibes. We'll have a whole summer to talk about. Why are you guys so impatient? The one time we're not leaking anything out of the club, you guys are upset that the club is not leaking. Well, every time we leak something out of the club, you guys were pissed that everything is being leaked.
Because
allow them to work, Saeed. Allow them.
You know what it is though? It's because we are getting impatient that they might not actually sack Ten Hag.
But you don't know that, Saeed. You don't know that. And I understand it is a worry.
But he should have been sacked anyway now. He shouldn't be getting to the final. How about that?
I agree with you. Yeah. Listen, word to what you said, sack that bold fraud. But we already know he's not getting sacked before the final. So what are we worrying about? You have what? When is the final? The 25th? So you have about 11 more days. You're talking about 2 weeks of knowing that Ten Hag still has a job. Win, lose, or draw the final. Well, I can't draw. But win or lose the final. You got the decision after. We know he's gonna
every day passes. I'm more and more scared. Gareth Southgate's gonna be my next manager.
Bro,
so I need them to tell me an answer.
Relax. No. We're not getting Southgate.
That's the one. The biggest piece of misinformation that has gotten so much traction.
I know, but that's why I want United to just put an end to it. I don't want to hear Gareth Southgate name ever again, unless it's to do with England. I don't want him associated with my football club anymore. So please, just tell me who the next manager is going to be. Or don't even have to tell us. Give us the actual short list.
Yeah.
Just give me the short list.
Brief.
But you do know that short list has like 100 managers probably on it.
No. The proper short list. No.
Okay.
Proper.
You want what? A top 5? Top
short list that had come out.
I want a top 5.
So I think Matt Law or Matt Lawton. I forget his name.
Matt Law. That had Gareth Southgate on it though.
Yeah, he did, but it was in like the last paragraph as an aside. He's like close with Ineos. Like Ineos leaks a lot of stuff to him, and I think his list was Tuchel 1, Zerbi 2, Amarim 3, and then like he said like later Potter might be an option too.
I'm with Potter, man. You man are not on the Potter hype, man. I'm with Potter, man. Bring him honestly.
I wouldn't mind
Potter.
I'm fine with
now
that.
we're talking. Now we're talking. That's
you
guy,
lot,
bro.
You lot beggars can't be choosers, man. Potter's a good coach.
Potter's my guy, bro. Listen, the Potter redemption arc. I am telling you, bro. When he comes back to the Premier League, we'll be talking then, bro. Because all the credit that Brighton get for all the stuff that Zerbi does, like he didn't build the foundation. Come on, bro. Did you see how good he had that shit Chelsea team defending at least? Come on, bro. They were conceding less goals than this team, bro. No. That redemption arc is gonna hit like crack, bro. Go get your fade. I'll recommend my barber to him when we sign him, bro. Listen, we'll get Potter. We'll get the new drip. We'll get the fade again. Graham Potter redemption arc. I will be there for it. If we get Graham Potter, I promise you I will not complain. Promise you. I want this guy.
No, you're such a big Potter fan.
Yeah, you learn something new about me every day. Everyone thinks, bro, everyone wants the new shiny toy. Oh, let me get me, who's the best manager out there? Give me this guy. No, bro. Potter is there, bro. Potter is there. Trust me, bro. Have him cook with, what's his name? The Newcastle guy? Dan Ashworth. Bro, we're cooking something special there. I promise you, bro. Just wait. If we get a Graham Potter bar, I promise you, bro. I'm 100% on the Graham Potter bandwagon if it happens.
Yeah, like I said, he's not the first choice for me, but I don't like this idea that everyone's turning the nose down on Graham Potter.
He's a good stopgap.
He's a good stopgap. Yeah. But right now, it was going to be Tuchel. It's not going to be Tuchel now. It might be Zerbi, but Zerbi, we have to play his release calls, and he looks like he's just kind of like he's not really like looking like he wants to come here. Amarin, he messed up. Hansi Flick's just messing around too much. I wouldn't mind Thomas Frank. I don't know.
If I had a choice between Graham Potter and Zerbi, I low-key want Potter.
Now
see, I'm not just. See, I wouldn't be that. See, I wouldn't do that. I would want Zerbi ahead of Potter.
Why would anyone want Zerbi? I can't understand the overhead.
Here we go, man. This guy. What is the disrespect with Zerbi, man? Seriously, you
okay.
Dude,
tell me what is the
Zerbi?
What is this overhype with Zerbi? Forget the disrespect. Tell me what do you like about Zerbi?
Okay.
No,
highest ever finish for Brighton. It would make
more sense for you to say what you don't like about him, and then I could respond.
Yeah.
No. I want you guys to tell me why you like me. It's fine.
No.
Okay,
I want to make a long list of why I like him. I just want to see why you don't
narrow
like
it down.
See.
Okay, let me give you my simple one, and then
I want to see what substance is here, because a lot of people just like kind of hate on Zerbi.
But I didn't hate on Zerbi. I said the overhype.
Tell him.
I didn't hate on Zerbi. I said the overhype with Zerbi.
So what do you?
No. Don't turn the table on me. Don't turn the table. I just started.
Just say.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No. Hold on. We're not doing that.
I'm not trying to press you. Just tell me
was about to say why
you have with him.
No, hold on. Saeed was about. Whoa. Saeed was about to say why he likes it. You stepped in and you said there's a list. Okay, so just give me a few of them. I want to hear you, and I'll counter you.
Listen.
Counter, but I want you to.
The reason I'm asking you is because the conversation will be over quicker if I know what concerns you have initially.
So I still won't get any of the pros. Like I
I'll
just
give
have
you all
to
the
listen.
pros after if you want.
He said you're getting packed up either way. He said you're getting packed up either way. So
it's fine. It's fine. But I
You're gonna
want
answer
the
your
pro
cons,
Derbys.
the pros.
I'll give you the pros after. I just want to know the concerns
when I
first.
spoke about Graham Potter, it's obviously a little bit sarcastic, but I listed a few things. I just said, oh yeah, I like him. Redemption arc. He did this. Just very briefly. I don't want you the story of your life. I just want you to tell me just the main things, main 2-3 things.
Okay,
that's all I want to hear.
You tell me the concerns though.
Because you stepped in the defense, Saeed. I wanted to hear it from Saeed. You came in.
Can I give you my one?
Okay. I just want to hear why you.
Tri-state area beef, man. This is crazy.
Area beef. Let me give my one because this has got more knowledge on stuff like that. So I'm gonna say Zerbi has finished in Brighton's highest ever finish in their club history. He got them to Europa League. He's been really on a relatively low budget. I don't think he spent a big chunk of money on his team. His brand of football is unbelievable. You've seen it with Zerbi and whatnot. He's even finishing now, still one of Brighton's highest finishes. They could still finish above us, by the way. Do you really know that, Staffy, as well? They could finish.
Yeah, and I think they will. I think they'll package.
Yeah. So when you look at Zerbi's football, yes, this season it's not been great, but they lost McAllister and Caicedo. Do you not deep that? Like, they lost their 2 best midfielders and replaced them with Beleba, who's 19 years old. And I think it was Milner came in. Mama got injured, one of their key players in
Matoma and Solly March. Both
Solly March, they're key integral players to their team. It's like us losing Bruno Fernandes and Rashford, and whoever that the fan base think that it can impact the team or whatnot.
Important players, no,
important players. Yeah,
so I don't have an issue with that.
When you look at Zerbi's football, it's what we need, and I think it's so, for me, like it's expressive, but it's also the future of what football should become now.
So let me ask you guys this: do you not think that there's a ceiling with the Zerbi style of football?
No.
So how far could you get? Because and I'll tell you this, and please feel free to correct me, anyone, if you don't agree with what I'm saying. He's from the same school as Pep, Xavi, Arteta, very stylistically very similar, very good in the build-up, the way they structure their offense, the way they like to keep the ball, all that. I hear that, I see all that. First of all, my main concern was always about the squad that we have versus the manager that we're signing, because I feel like when you sign a manager like that and you want to play that style of football, it just it echoes throughout, not just the first team, just even the players that are coming up. Because when you look at City as an example, how long did it take him to actually get everyone, or forget City because Pep is just unbelievable. Arteta, how long did it take Arteta to get everyone out and just bring in everyone that he wants, who is initially good on the ball, good in the build-up, good in possession, all that stuff. And they had, in my opinion, they had more players that are capable to transition into that style of play than what we have right now. I mean, I understand we're going to have a clear out, but to have that style of the Zerbi football, I used to use Aaron Wan-Bissaka as an example, but now it's confirmed that he's gone. Imagine him trying to build from the back with Aaron Wan-Bissaka and left back or right back. It would be a disaster. Most of the backline that we have is not ready to play that style of football anyways. And I feel like eventually to have that style of football, you need to back it up with such not just the bench and all the reserves, even the players that you bring up. Look at City right now. When they bring players up, even when they sell them, all of them play the same style of football that Pep plays. Look at all the what's his name, Adebayo, that we're linked with. He was in the City's academy. How does he play football? Adebayo would go to City right now, and he would be able to play their style of football. He's good on the ball. He's good on bringing the ball back from the back line into the midfield. Look at all the signings that have been made in the Premier League in the last few years. All the City academy players eventually adopted that style of play that Pep brought into the team. When I look at the Zerbi, I look at a style of play that we need to adopt from the first team down to the academy. And to me, first of all, that's a much longer process. Secondly, it's not even the style of play that I want to play. I don't want to play this just possession-based football. I'd rather play like a little bit more like what Liverpool play or how we used to play in under Fergie, just a little bit more transitional, a little bit more quicker on the ball, a little bit more involving more like chance creation and risk creation than just just keeping the ball, passing it around like City do all that. All these are reasons, not to say that the Zerbi is shit, but like why I don't a good fit and why that process I feel like it would take way longer and there's a high risk that it doesn't work. Like that, you got to understand, you can have the Zerbi for 5 years building like Arteta does and still not win anything. That's not even to mention, by the way, managing Because just the last point was his in-game management. I don't like his in-game management. I don't like managers who have a very solid plan A that is very hard to adapt, to switch from. Because you've seen the Zerbi, when he loses badly. Like he just doesn't lose just 1-0, 2-1. He always gets packed when he loses. He either wins or he gets packed. All these things that put together is the reason why I don't want him as a manager.
Go
ahead.
Okay,
yes, this go ahead. Yeah.
Why'd you say ceiling?
I'm sorry.
You said ceiling. There's a certain ceiling with De Zerbi. Why would there?
Why did I say ceiling?
Yeah.
Because so the style of play that I kind of explained for him. I feel like for you to have that style of play and to actually win major trophies, because it's so reliant on one plan and one plan only, you need to have the majority of your players in the team kind of the best in their positions throughout the league, or if not in the world. Kind of similar to what City do, even though Pep has been able to develop plans along the way. And as an example, I say the same thing about him. Very good football, very good build-up, very good press, on and off the ball, amazing. Do I ever see a situation where Ange has the best players in the league playing for his team? Probably not. Do I see United having the best players in the league all playing for United? Probably not. I don't actually think anyone could get the closest team that could get that is City, because their spending power and their talent and identification. The league is so competitive right now within the top 6 that no one really is going to have just a dominant squad like it used to be anymore. Like, we're never going to be like Fergie, where we have the best center back, best goalkeeper, best midfielder, best striker, best wingers. We're not. We could have decent players, but we won't have the best players in their positions. Based on that, I can't have just one plan and one plan only. I need to be a little bit more flexible. I need to play football in different ways.
But with a better
recruitment doesn't bring that to me.
But also with more money that he's gonna have at Brighton, with probably a better recruitment system. Obviously, Dan Alsher is gonna come in and maybe Ineos work on that with Omar Berrado, better foundation. Not gonna lose your best players as well. You know, that will help him massively as well. I think, for me personally. So that's where
we'll have better play. I think Ineos will give us better plays. I agree with that. But that wasn't my question. My question is, does anyone here realistically, thinking about 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, we will have about 7 or 8 players, bro, forget 8, 6 or 7 players that are in our team that are the best in their position in the league. AKA basically half the team is just the best in their position in the league. I don't think so.
There's the thing, right? De Zerbi's game model, like the way he plays his system, you don't need, like, he raises players' levels. It's not like, I get what you were saying, like if you were talking about like Ten Hag or Ancelotti or like Zidane, you kind of need that really high player quality to have a good base level or like even like a high ceiling. But with De Zerbi, right, you see with the way players talk in their interviews, you see with how his coaching videos come out, how other coaches talk about him, he makes players that you would think can't get better, he makes them much better. Who's he building out the back with right now? Right now, like Brighton have arguably a top 3 build-up in the world with Lewis Dunk, and I'm forgetting the other center back's name.
It's Van Heck, is it? Van
Heck and one more.
And Webster.
This is not high quality stuff. Like right now, with Maguire and Martinez, we would have better build-up, like just base technical passing than them. Like with reinforcements in the summer, it would be much better. With any like a technical pivot or Mainu, it would become much better. There's a lot of potential for improvement. If anything, like you said with the ceiling, I could see the ceiling being an issue only at the highest level, like if he doesn't give enough freedom to the players. If he's a little too system dependent, everyone's got to follow his great big plan, and if that doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But for me, right, I don't think, like when you said 3-5 years, if it doesn't work out, I'm not looking at it like that. Like I don't think we need our next Pep. I don't think we need an Arteta. I think we just need someone to get us off the ground. We need a foundation. And all elite teams, whether people like it or not, they sack managers, and I'm completely fine with that. We just need someone who's going to establish good principles within the squad, a high level of technical level in coaching, good build-up, just like good tendencies.
Yeah, good. Like, that's it.
And also, you were saying with Bruno, like, De Zerbi's the exact type of manager to scream at him until he doesn't make that exact stupid play you talked about. He's the exact guy to do that. and he wouldn't even play him if he steered away and started doing stupid shit. He wouldn't allow that for 1 second.
That's why I hear what you're saying.
You don't know he's gonna allow that until he's been at a big club like the United, though.
I was gonna say that point though, Griggs. Before I let you continue, I agree with what you said. By the way, most of the stuff that you said is pretty much bang on. But here's the thing: raising levels, that's good, but that's good when you're at Brighton, because Brighton actually bring these very low ceiling. I wouldn't say low ceiling. But very low level players that still have a lot of potential that no one knows of. They bring them in, they polish them, they make them a decent product. They play good, as we've seen in the past. McAllister, Caicedo, Bissouma, Cucurella, the list goes on. I probably don't even remember all of them. They polish them up, they make them play good football. But then what happens when these players go to a big team? Now, here's the thing. The Zerbi comes into already a bigger team, because let's just say we already know we're a bigger club than Brighton. Now you're talking about raising the level, but what level are you raising it from? Because if you're already down here when you go to Brighton, just like let's use Caicedo as an example. They brought him from Ecuador. In 2 years, they made him a 100 million player and sold him. Okay, but the level of playing at Ecuador was here. When you come to United and they're signing players, these players are already at a higher level. How much more can you raise their level there? And this is why I'm saying there is a ceiling. Because yes, he won't make, if he comes into the United team, no disrespect to him, I think a lot of managers would make these players look better, because everyone's absolute shit. The ceiling is already the bar's on the floor right now, so Facts. It's not really that hard to make this team better. But let's say he comes into United's last tier team. Does he really take us from that third place team that we were last year to competing for the league?
But you know what? I don't want to. I don't. You know, but the thing
I
is,
can't rule it out. But I don't know if he could be that guy
right now. United.
I have an answer for you.
Before you go. Right now, United don't need to be thinking about positions in the league. United needs to be thinking about how we play good, sustainable football that everyone can get on board with.
Yes, I agree.
Everyone knows.
But I have other managers that could do that already. That's why when I talk about Graham Potter as an example, Graham Potter will also get us to play good football. But I see a better future with Graham Potter. That's a little bit biased of me as well, because I rate him more as a manager. So you can argue that there's a little bit bias there. But most of these managers anyway, Saeed, will come in and give us a better foundation. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Griggs could get the job tomorrow, and I trust him to give me a better foundation, because we don't even have a foundation right now. So to me, I understand that point. But I'm looking a little bit beyond that. I'm not talking about competing for the league in the next season. Obviously, I'm not that deluded. But I'm seeing, okay, you come in, I already know what you could do because I see you in other teams, but can you be that next level manager what actually takes us a little bit further? Because we thought Ten Hag would this season. That's why we all wanted him. And he actually didn't take us forward. He brought us back. What is that to tell me if De Zerbi comes in, gives us one good year, changes the foundation, gets most of these players to play good, but then when we hit that level, he stays stagnant? And this is what I keep saying this. I feel like that he will have a ceiling eventually with the style of play that he plays. I could be wrong, by the way. I'm not even, like, I will gladly concede this in a few years if he goes to the top 6 team and does that. This is just where I'm at right now with my mind when I watch him, when I watch his team play football.
For me, I think his football is just too robotic. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I already mentioned that. That's not my style of football anyway.
That's mad.
Yeah, well, when I look at like their build-up play and stuff like that, it's always like look for the pass, which is fine. I get that. That's your principles. But there's certain moments where if you play that pass, you open yourself up to a real risk of getting counterattacked. And we've seen Brighton get hit on the counter multiple times, and that's why they suffer a lot of big defeats, like Staffy mentioned. At United, sorry, you go to the games, that's not gonna work. When a guy's trying to do a nice little fancy pass because the Zerbi's trying to do the first phase build-up, instead of booting the ball deep long, because that's what he needs to do, right? To play a little bit safe. And we can see the goal, you're gonna be looking at the guy like, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that pass?
Leslie's gonna yell at.
Yeah, Leslie's gonna be like, why is that guy passing the ball there? Why is he passing? That's why it's with the Zerbi. So
what would Leslie say if we're passing our bucks?
I'm just curious. I have a response to that.
Go ahead.
What'd she say to you?
You know how you were talking about like ceiling, or like players will already have a high ceiling when they come to United, Staffy?
They have a higher floor when you come into United, or any top 6 team. Yeah.
So I know it's not like a complete one-to-one example, but I think a lot of people who watch Brighton would say that Pascal Gross has been one of the best midfielders in the league this season.
I agree.
We have seen, like, I think he's one of the first.
He's underrated, man.
He's very good. I think he's one of the first people we've seen under the De Zerbi system that De Zerbi has actually given the freedom to kind of break outside of his structure a little bit. And I think that tells you if he has like confidence in how intelligent a player is or how good their technical levels are, he's going to like at that higher level, he will eventually give them more room to breathe. And that's just telling of, let's say we sign really top talent. We're contending for one of the best starting 11s in the league in 2, 3, 4 years, right? I think it's just natural. Like when you have lower level talent, you're gonna need to do a lot more. You're gonna need to hold their hand to make them good. But as you get better and better and better, like Real Madrid, like look at their managers. They're just a lot of the time they're giving general instructions, some space to attack, some bad tendencies from the other team, and they're telling them to go out and play. I think Zerbi will always have like an underlying structure like Arteta and Pep do. But as he gets higher and higher, even Pep had to adapt. Pep didn't like to kick it long.
That's why I stopped that comparison, because Pep has showed adaptation every season.
But
he went from midfielders in his back line
like
to
years later.
I understand, and that's why when I leave Pep out of this, not just because it's very unfair to compare a lot of people to him. He's literally a manager that went from having midfielders in his back line to now having defenders in his midfield. That's just how good he is. Like this guy's just like every year just changing something. Well, I don't know if Zerbi could be that. I really don't know. As I said, all these managers that I named earlier, even you can throw in Ange in that because he's very similar to them. All of them play very similar football. Which one of them can actually go to that next level? Arteta's even struggling to be fair, it's mainly because of Pep. But how long did it take Arteta to actually take his team to that next level? And now people are having doubts. Yeah. Could you actually now be that manager that gets them over the line? I feel like I don't want to talk obviously too much about Arteta because to be fair, this season is good enough for him to be a Premier League champion. The guy's about to finish 89 points.
It's mad.
Yeah,
how far are we, man?
But how many managers will get there? You get what I'm saying? Like we've seen Zerbi struggle with that type of football in Europe. And it like Greg said, it is robotic football. Forget my preference with football because I actually don't enjoy that style of football. Even though I always talk about techie players, people think I just want like another city team where we just pass the ball around. I'm actually more into what the style of football that what's his name plays, Klopp, the one that actually involves more attacking and stuff like that. I'm not from this whole the Zerbi, Arteta, all that stuff thing. Besides it being robotic, as I said, I feel like at some point all these managers get stagnant. It struggles for them to go to the next level, and they end up, I don't know, bro. They just end up staying still where they are, you know. So I don't know if I want to go down that road. I really don't know. This is not me saying De Zerbi shit, by the way, because this is how it all started. You just thought I was dissing De Zerbi. It was more of me thinking like you guys are overhyping De Zerbi, because until he actually goes into a team and changes what he does, which I think is going to be one of his toughest issues going into a contending team. He's doing all this, by the way, with a team that's not really expected to win anything. The minute you're expected to win stuff, I'm sorry.
Wouldn't this go against Potter though?
100%, 100%. But that's why I admit that I'm a little bit more biased with Potter because I feel like Potter could take that next level. I like managers who can actually be a little bit more defensive. I feel like eventually managers who are more defensive can figure out ways to get it better offensively, and they can kind of pick up trophies along the way. I always rate a manager who's more solid defensively than attacking. I don't like these shootouts. When we go in, we must win like 4-2, 3-1. I don't like these type of managers. You know, it's just a personal preference of anything.
Yeah, big up, man. Listen, before we wrap up, man, anyone asked about tomorrow, the game? So today, the game.
We play tomorrow.
We play tomorrow.
Yeah, we play Newcastle. What? You didn't know that?
That's no, God, I didn't know that.
Newcastle, or if we beat Newcastle or draw with them, Chelsea gets Europa League.
Oh,
well, Chelsea. Yeah, congrats to Chelsea.
Yeah, because we ain't winning tomorrow. You're
not winning for this season.
But if we get Conference League, is there any chance of United get Conference League this season?
Yeah, we have to win.
Say.
We have to win tomorrow.
League, bro. We're getting Europa League. We're winning the FA Cup final, bro.
So yeah.
See, this guy, man.
I forgot Europa gets us.
You guys Conference League?
You guys, hear me out, guys.
I don't want Conference League. I don't want
Conference
League. This guy. When I said that, it was hopium.
Bro,
listen, you gave me that hopium disease.
How?
Now I'm joking. I did tell them this though. I told everyone. I said we have a better chance to beat City in the final than to win our last 4 games in the league. And so far, I'm correct because we lost 2. Now there's 2 more, which I do think we might get just like a point off Newcastle. Because Ten Hag accidentally stumbled into something decent last game, and I feel like he's gonna replicate it again. But I don't see how we win any of our last 2 games. my initial thought is like 1 game against City is easier than 4 games against all these 4 teams. And
I just want to know if we're ending the season on single-digit negative goal difference or double-digit negative goal
Facts.
Difference. That's
how much. Okay, how much are we losing to Brighton by? That will say everything because we're 100% losing to Brighton away.
I'm not gonna lie.
Let me ask Z because that's his manager. So
we get it. I think we're getting a draw from that game. I think we're getting a draw from
against
that game.
Brighton.
I could see us getting 2 draws. To be honest.
Okay. Let me tell you this: if we draw Brighton, I don't want you guys to talk about the Zerbi in the summer. If the Zerbi doesn't cook this team,
nah.
Yeah, but his team is not like.
No, Arteta didn't cook our team. You still wouldn't take him.
No, but it's different though. Arteta didn't approach the game the same way they usually do. Like he was like a little bit more defensive because it was all about the 3 points, not about the pretty football. What is the Zerbi playing for the last game?
I think most of our guys are gonna play Sunday against Brighton because it's the last game before the FA Cup, so they're gonna want to get into like a good rhythm.
Yep.
But listen, Rashford's back on Sunday. Bruno's back on Sunday.
Yeah.
Leach.
Everyone's back on Sunday. Leach is back on Sunday.
Yeah, Leach
is back in the squad tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
technically.
I don't think he plays tomorrow.
Give him like 20 minutes.
No.
I wouldn't play him, man, until
knowing our luck, this guy gets 20 minutes.
Muscle injury.
Thursday morning.
Bro,
Thursday morning, Samuel Luckhurst is tweeting.
Bro, guys, I'm not bothered about games anymore. I'm bothered about training. If they get injured in training, that's another games. It's not the game; it's the training. You know
how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet the day before the FA Cup final? We're gonna get an injury for training the day before the final. Bro, I don't know who it's gonna be.
Is Luke Shaw even on the?
Nah, he had a setback. We may get Mount tomorrow. He said Mount might be back for tomorrow, so I don't know. Amrabat and Ahmad should start. Amrabat and Ahmad must start tomorrow.
I need Ahmad to get into good rhythm before the FA Cup final, man. We got to plan. We got to plan at Wembley, man. We got to plan for Wembley. Ahmad Diallo, man.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Big up to everyone who's locked in. Get the likes up, people. Let's get at least 500 likes minimum on the channel. We got 800 people still here. 420 likes. Big up to Griggs, man. Big up each and every time, bro.
Yes, sir. Always. Thanks for having me on, man. And we're playing tomorrow. That's great, man. That's a waste of my Wednesday afternoon, man. I gotta watch this team. You know what? Isaac watch, Anthony Gordon watch. We'll be there, man.
Yeah.
Are you going to the game?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go now, just because you know what? I can't be asked watching on TV, man. Like
water park.
Watching on.
Are you gonna give them? Are you gonna clap for the lap of honor?
Nah, I'm out.
Saeed is gonna replicate that. Get that manager out of here.
Get that forefront, man. Is this Palms? Big up, man. Always, man. Love for coming on, man.
Thank you, man. Love, man. Thank you, everyone. Had a fun time talking.
Big up, man. Staffy, big up to you as well, man.
No, big up for having me, Saeed. I expect Saeed with the binoculars just watching the training just to make sure no one gets injured. He's gonna be on training watch. But yeah, bring your swim trunks, Saeed. Listen, that water park. I'm upset that you never told me there's a water park in United. I thought it was only football games.
Bro, I'm just checking the weather, man. It says it's cloudy, but 40% rain.
Oh, it's
that's
peak,
like
bro.
70. That's like 70 in United, man.
Here we go again.
Peak. It's peak.
Oh man, it's
big up for having me, bro.
Yeah,
make sure
man.
You guys like and sub.
Come on, man, and obviously CK as well. Come on, big up to you, man.
Big up everyone. Big up Saeed every time. Make sure you like and subscribe and road to 100K. Get him to 100K by what are you at right now? Like 93.
Yeah, we're literally touching 93. We're like
that's mad, bro.
90 away from 93. So guys, if you're not subscribed, man, yeah, man, big up, man.
Big up everyone. Like the video, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Make sure you follow up everyone's channels as well, man. Everyone's channels. Make sure you hail them up, man. And yeah, I'll see you 1 p.m. tomorrow. We've got best of the rest. You know what I mean? We'll touch on the Ange comments and whatnot. And yeah, whether Arsenal fans think the title race is over, we'll find out. Take care.